People love their outdoor living spaces, and this 4-part series is full of great projects and ideas I've used to create outdoor living at its best for my own home. Check it out. We're modifying my patio to create a cool outdoor kitchen, and now we're beginning on the specifics of the outdoor kitchen. Alan and I have laid out the location for the new cabinets, and now he and Chelsea are working on templates for the concrete countertops that will go on top of them.
Your dad wants one piece 6 feet long, and that's gonna be really heavy.
Let him.
Let him pick it up, right? That's the way I feel.
We've had a chance to work with concrete countertops a few times in the past, and it's all about the weight. That's W-A-I-T. These things have to cure for a couple of days before they can come out of the forms, and then you have to wait 28 days before you can stain or seal them. So we're getting a head start on them before the brick cabinets are even finished. These cardboard templates will help identify any small obstacles we need to work around.
You can actually put that against the brick and then give you a mark.
Once they're satisfied that they've identified all of the notches and angles, they can begin creating the actual forms. The forms are made from sheets of melamine. This plastic-coated particle board material is generally used to build shelving units, but the plastic coating gives the concrete a smooth finish and releases pretty easily when it's dry. Because the concrete will follow the form, it's important that all the edges be clean and straight.
I guess you could do this with a circular saw. It's just
but
a lot more accurate with the tail saw.
You really want that straight edge.
Yeah. So. What do you mean? I can cut in a straight line, Alan.
You think?
Meanwhile, I'm giving our brick mason Truett the lowdown on what we have planned for our cabinets. Where the red tape is, that's the outside of the brick. While Truett and his guys create the brick cabinets, Alan and Chelsea are making inserts that will form cutouts in the counters for things like the sink and the ceramic smoker. Because you're essentially building the counter upside down, it's important to double check the layout as the forms are assembled. Finally, all of the seams are coated with silicone sealant and allowed to dry before the forms are lubricated.
Yeah, we're gonna talk the entire flat surface and all of the the vertical.
What about
No, don't worry about that at all. We've got, our perimeter's got
because we already did that. Okay. See, I thought the olive oil was for the wood.
Nope.
The wire fencing and half-inch rebar that they're putting into the forms will prevent cracking. Although it's very hard, concrete is also very brittle when it's cured, so this metal web we're creating inside each slab will give it strength. The small wires that support it will be clipped from the bottom of each piece once the concrete is dry. When the forms are completely prepped, we can begin mixing the concrete. We're using a mix from Quikrete designed specifically for countertops. It contains a plasticizer additive that helps the concrete flow better, and it's less likely to shrink or crack. Now, even if you're only making a small amount, a mechanical mixer is a good idea for countertops because it ensures that the components are thoroughly and evenly combined.
Well, the machine makes it a little easier, but just a little.
When it's ready to go into the forms, the concrete should be about the consistency of pancake batter so you can easily spread it all out. It's important to force it into all of the corners and tap the forms with a rubber mallet to help release any air bubbles trapped in the mix.
But you could also come in with like a pad sander without any sandpaper on it and just hit the side. But
how do you know if you've gotten them all out? You don't? Oh, you can see them popping up.
You can see them pop through.
So you just kind of keep working it while you're hitting it?
Uh-huh.
Okay. A little air in here.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Well, now that we have all of our concrete countertops poured and in place, we'll let them dry for several days before we put them in place on top of all of our fresh bricks. We'll want to make sure that the mortar's good and dry and everything's ready for those heavy slabs of concrete.
These cabinets are really more about concealing the mechanical elements like plumbing, wiring, and gas lines than actual storage. And of course, we need to support the counters. So once they're dry, we're anxious to get them in place.
There we go. Now you might wonder why we had plastic over the slabs even though it was covered. Well, if you slow the evaporation down on concrete, it'll reduce the likelihood of any type of cracking, as well make it a lot stronger. Just hope it didn't make it any heavier.
The weight isn't too much of a concern while we're removing the screws that hold the forms together. We just want to see smooth surfaces, and as the sides come off to reveal the edges, the results look pretty promising. The weight becomes a bigger factor when we lift the first piece up to uncover the top of the counter.
A little bit more, one time. That's it.
Oh, wow. You know what it looks like?
What?
A concrete countertop.
Well, it's supposed to.
Then I think we got it good.
To actually move this thing, we're recruiting some extra help. We've applied some fast-setting polyurethane construction adhesive to the tops of the cabinet, so once we set this beast in place, we shouldn't have to lift it again.
Okay, we want to set it on this ledge over here. Keep it, yeah, just like this. Keep going like that. Keep it up off that wall. Okay, we're good. All right, good. All right, now, coming to me. Come on. Okay. Now, okay, you got that? Now, come push this way.
Over the wall. Yep, that's
Come on. Okay, now you can set it down all the way.
Watch your fingers.
Watch your fingers. Set it down all the way.
Even though the brick supports are pretty flat, there are a few spots where we have to add a shim or two to level things out. Next, the form inserts for the sink and ice bucket have to be cut into smaller pieces so that we can carefully tap them out. Now, some of these pieces, like the bar top, go in pretty easily despite their weight, while others are just awkward on every level, literally backing me into a corner.
When you get to a point, can you do a puppet show?
Alan.
Oh, come on, he's there. I mean,
Alan will laugh because I got construction adhesive in my hair.
how's it feel?
Oh, it was so dramatic.
Oh, is that where you got the...
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Andrew, burn it
No,
off.
don't burn it off. I just hold
That
it
would work.
Probably. I think you're onto
Go
something,
pretty
Dad.
quick. Pretty quick.
Anytime this many pieces have to fit together tightly, you have to do a little jockeying back and forth. That wouldn't be a problem, except each of these pieces is outrageously heavy. But eventually we get it where we need it to be, and we can start polishing the edges.
That looks good.
So what do you think?
That looks really great.
You were thinking that you wanted it thicker.
Yeah.
That's way thick enough.
Why, for carrying?
Well, yeah, for the carrying part, for sure.
The look, too. I mean,
I just think proportion-wise
Yeah.
it's perfect.
Yeah, I guess so. Look, Chelsea let some bubbles stay.
Yeah.
That looks good though, doesn't
Yeah,
it? Having little
character
spots.
bubbles.
you know what I'm going to do, though? I'm going to come in with some sandpaper. I'm going to do a 400, 800, then a 1500 grit, and put a nice sheen on this to remove any of the scratches and imperfections.
Okay, and that
But-
takes off this roughness.
But 28 days this has to, let's see, we're on, 22 more days.
Right.
That no stains at all. You can't put a drink on it. You can't put anything
red
on
wine.
it. No red wine for sure. It got to stay clean.
Okay.
You looking for something to do?
Are we, no.
Now that we have our countertops in place, our outdoor kitchen is well on its way, but there's still a lot of pieces left before it all comes together. Be sure to check out the next webisode in this series to see the rest of Outdoor Living at its Best.